Hey guys, Omni here. It is finally time to dive into our first episode of Loki. You know, not really a whole lot to talk and to preface this with. I know my eyes are probably a little red right now. I just watched Superman and Lois and The Flash back to back, though you guys are going to be getting this episode on the channel first. So doing this out of order in my own little range of priorities right now. Just got finished watching The Flash, so my eyes are kind of red because I spent most of this last episode kind of crying. Anyway, that's beside the point. I am looking forward to this show. I wasn't initially because I felt like we've had a lot of Loki over the years, and he had kind of run his course, you know, had his whole little arc and all that jazz. And, you know, he definitely had been like getting so much love from the fandom, you know, all the fangirling, fanboying over him and whatnot. And I was like, honestly, after a little while, I was getting a little bit of Loki fatigue. I won't lie. So when the Disney Plus announced their lineup, the MCU announced their phase lineup for Disney Plus, I was like, Loki wasn't the one that was like the highest on my radar, because I was like, man, I feel like we've just had a lot of Loki already. Can they really like do something different with him? So like, I was just like, all right, I'm going to check it out. I'm going to watch all these shows, man. Like, I'm not going to like avoid any of the MCU or anything like that. It's just like, I wasn't really thinking like, sure, I'll check it out. I'm not excited for it till that trailer came out. We learned a little bit more about what it was going to be. And I was like, okay. And then we got the full trailer and I was just like, all right, let's do this. And especially even so, I was like, they're definitely changing things up. They're really doing like this meta-analysis of Loki. We're going to be doing like this time travel, dipping into multiverses, multiple timelines, stuff like that. He's going to be trying to repair the timeline with the TVA with Luke Wilson. And Kevin Feige came out today, or not today, maybe yesterday. I can't remember. Time and me. If you've been around the channel for a while, you know, my brain and calculating time, which maybe might be a problem with this show, is just all over the place. Like, all the days just kind of blend together anymore. But Kevin Feige recently said that out of all the shows that we've seen so far, this show will have the biggest ramifications on the greater MCU. So that definitely has me even more intrigued than the trailers actually got me and excited. So, guys, without further ado, we're about to dive into this episode. Remember, just like with everything else we cover here on the channel as of this year, the full unedited reaction watch along will be available over on Patreon, or if you become a member here on the channel itself, get you access to that as well. Both have access to the same content. It just helps support the channel, gives you something to do, because you know, trimming some of these longer shows down to 10 minutes, there's a lot of stuff you can miss. A lot of different reactions, because sometimes it just gotta pick the best ones and leave that in there and hope it flows for you guys. So just there, if you're interested whatsoever. That all being said, let's go ahead and dive into the first episode. Here we go. Oh, I like that.
I am Loki, and I am burdened with glorious purpose.
Oh, shit, they're on it quick.
Never mind. Don't touch that.
On behalf of the Time Variance Authority, I hereby arrest you for crimes against the sacred timeline. Hands up. You're coming with us.
I'm sorry.
I love this soundtrack so far.
Last chance,
Very Tron.
Get out of my way.
Wow, they are lingering on. Oh.
They're moving at 1/16th speed, but feeling all that pain in real time.
Ooh. Well, that was neat and cruel. But it's Loki. They reset the timeline. So they're erasing that branch.
Your little job. How do you like that?
Log this as evidence.
Oh, can you at least tell me what it is?
It's the Tesseract. Be very careful with it.
Sounds dumb.
Know this. You cross me, there are deadly consequences.
We'll see.
I'm getting some like Fallout vibes from like the way their technology is, this hybridization of like old-timey and like futuristic.
Absolutely not. This is fine as Guardian leather. Hang on just a minute.
Flirkin? Or cat?
Please sign to verify this is everything you've ever said.
What?
Sign this too.
Oh, this is absurd.
And this.
With as much as he likes to talk, I'm surprised that's not a bigger pile.
Please confirm to your knowledge that you are not a fully robotic being. We're born an organic creature and do in fact possess what many cultures would call a soul.
What? To my knowledge, do a lot of people not know if they're robots?
Thank you for your confirmation. Please move through.
What if I was a robot and I didn't know it?
The machine would melt you from the inside out. Please move along.
Oh, ooh. I hope you're not a robot, bud.
Okay, I'm not a robot, so I'll be fine.
It's like the TSA on crack.
Take a ticket. There's only 2 of us in here.
Take a ticket.
Everything here watched and recorded.
This is a mistake. I shouldn't be here.
Hi there. You're probably saying, this is a mistake. I shouldn't even be here. Welcome to the Time Variance Authority.
Oh, God.
I'm Miss Minutes, and it's my job
Miss
to
Minutes.
catch you up before you stand trial. Long ago, there was a vast multiversal war, nearly resulting in the total destruction of, well, everything. But then the all-knowing timekeepers emerged, reorganizing the multiverse into a single timeline, the sacred timeline.
So there was a multiverse and they just
Now, the timekeepers
condensed it?
protect and preserve the proper flow of time for everyone and
Until now.
everything. But sometimes people like you veer off the path. Maybe you started an uprising or were just late for work. Stepping off your path created a nexus event, which left unchecked could branch off into madness, leading to another multiversal war. But don't worry, to make sure that doesn't happen, the timekeepers created the TVA and all its incredible workers.
Who actually believes this bunkum?
Ticket, sir.
That guy didn't give me a ticket. I tried to ask
Ticket,
for one.
sir.
What are you raising your voice with me, buckethead?
Oh, deleted.
Don't hesitate to let us know how we're doing.
I am fucking fascinated already. Tom Hiddleston's like comedic timing on everything in this is just really great too. 1549.
The Hunter and his Minutemen responded to a routine Nexus event. It appears that when they arrived, somebody got the jump on them.
And reset charge is gone.
Wait, stand down.
Stand down.
Is somebody just targeting the TVA? Or... Look at that stained glass.
Tu sais qui a fait ça? us. We're gonna take care of them. C'est bleu. C'est bleu là. C'est quoi?
Uh-oh. Anachronism.
Devil-bearing gifts.
You have the wrong person.
Oh, really? And who should we have?
I suspect the Avengers. You see, I only came into possession of the Tesseract because they traveled through time. No doubt in a last-ditch effort to stave off my ascent to God King.
That's quite an accusation.
Oh, believe me, you can smell the cologne of two Tony Starks. You speak of time criminals, it's they you should be after. Perhaps.
Technically, yeah.
What they did was supposed to happen. You escaping was not.
All right.
How do you plead?
Guilty of this. Hang on, everyone quiet.
He's trying to use his powers, ma'am.
Don't rush me. Damn it, why would it work?
If you're thinking what I think you're thinking, it's a bad idea.
Okay, I'm just chasing a hunch.
Anything goes sideways, it's on you.
I'm gonna burn this place to the ground.
I'll show you where my desk is. You can start there.
Look at that city out there. That's really cool.
That's not real. This place is a nightmare.
That's another department. Now that department I'll help you burn down.
Nightmare is a department.
I specialize in the pursuit of dangerous variants.
Like myself.
No particularly dangerous variants. You're just a little pussycat. I got a set of questions.
I know what this place is.
What is it?
It's an illusion conjured by the weak to inspire fear. A desperate attempt at control.
Like,
You
just like him.
parade about as if you're the divine arbiters of power in the universe.
Always so perceptive about everyone but yourself.
And then the Dark Elves attack the palace, and you think you send them to Thor, but instead you send them...
Oh, Mbatha.
Lead them right to her.
I don't believe you. You're lying. It's not true.
It is true. Tell me, do you enjoy hurting people?
I don't believe you.
Do you enjoy killing?
I'll kill you.
What, like you did your mother? You weren't born to be king, Loki. You were born to cause pain and suffering and death, all so that others can achieve their best versions of themselves.
That's kind of sad.
Don't go anywhere. It's just getting good. Spirited.
Give me the Tesseract or I'll gut you like a fish, Casey.
What's a fish?
What's a fish? How do you not know what a fish is?
I lived my entire life behind a desk.
What?
A bunch of Infinity Stones. Copies of Infinity Stones.
How do you have these?
Oh, we actually got a lot of those. Some of the guys use them as paperweights.
Some of the guys use them as paperweights. He's like, well, fuck. What do I do? This is eerily depressing.
Is this the greatest power in the universe?
I must become the timekeeper.
I do it because I have to, because I've had to.
Okay, explain that to me.
It's the cruel, elaborate trick conjured by the weak to inspire fear.
The desperate play for control. You do know yourself.
I was right.
Villain.
That's not how I see it. I can't offer you salvation, but maybe I can offer you something better. Fugitive variants been killing our Minutemen.
And you need the God of Mischief to help you stop them.
That's right.
Why me?
Say a legion
Variant
of
we're
variants?
hunting is you.
I beg your pardon?
What?
Someone's out there.
the oil. And this is another reset charge they get to collect. Hot damn. That was a good episode. Anything after the credits? I'm sure there's 1,000 Easter eggs and clues though in this ending sequence. That was a really good episode, man. I like that reflection on Loki, who he is, why he does what he does, and how every snide comment he had made about the TVA was just him reflecting on exactly what he has been doing his whole life. Just they're breaking him down as a character, like diving into his motivations, diving into who he is, why he does what he does, where he's going to go from here, what his potential is or could be that he maybe didn't get to explore due to what happened with Thanos and some of the choices that he's made, and how we'll see how his timeline plays out change this version of Loki. And they mention, of course, the devil thing in the end. Now, do we think it's going to be Mephisto? That'd be cool. But obviously the person they are hunting is him, or a version of him. Might even be Lady Loki, because I think it's been confirmed at least that Lady Loki's in here somewhere. Some variant of Loki has gone rogue, and they need a Loki to stop the Loki, which is interesting to see. Like, what are they going to do with those reset charge? What's the plan? Where's this going to go? And this is going to collapse. I'm willing to bet that one of those reset charges is going to end up in the TVA and set off there and wipe the TVA out. And the multiverse is just going to explode. Variants everywhere. The What If show picks up, and we get our multiverse. We get this collapse that ties into everything that's going to be playing up maybe in Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, and who knows what could happen, man. I like that. So apparently there was a multiverse at one point before the TVA had been created, and it led to a war that collapsed everything, a crisis on infinite Earths, if you will. And then the Timekeepers came about. Like, what exactly are they? Like, where do they come from? What gives them the ability to see all of time and be outside of time at the same time? I don't know. I'm really interested about this. Like I've said many a time, Marvel is kind of where my knowledge is very limited. I grew up on Spider-Man, the X-Men, and that was pretty much it until Marvel Ultimate Alliance came out. Some of the fighting games here and there from Capcom that had come out over the years were, kind of got me minimally familiar with a lot of the current Avengers. But it's really been the MCU that's been, and my own personal research that branches off, if you will, from my interests from what's been shown to us in the MCU. And I've learned quite a bit, but there's still way more gaps in my knowledge than anything. So I don't really know much about this. I don't know much about the Timekeepers. So as far as where this could go and if there's anything being set up right now, it's just what's being shown to me. So as far as speculations go, that's what I've got right now, just based on what's in here. That could be wrong based on something in the comics or something like that, if you guys know. But that's just me trying to piece together where this might go. There's got to be a reason this Loki variant is collecting all of their reset charges, if not to use them. And where would you use them? How would you truly break free aside from destroying the TVA? We know the multiverse is coming, and right now the TVA is basically the guardians between a singular timeline and having a multiverse. So And we've even seen that they've kind of come in. So what happened in Endgame was supposed to happen, apparently. So it didn't deviate or branch the timeline. So it's their hand-wavy kind of way of making that line up. Which also, if you think about it too in that way, because they said that Cap had lived in a branched timeline, which is not what I said or thought he did. Because the writers of the movie and the directors both have two separate, completely different ideologies on how Cap played into the time travel there. They will delete branched timelines. So basically, if what had happened was supposed to happen, he can't have lived in a branched timeline, or they would have erased that timeline. So their theory worked. And the only way that would make sense if he went back and he lived in the same time stream, and he has been there throughout all of this all along. Otherwise, they would have just deleted that Cap and he would have never actually made it back. Right? I don't know. This again, time travel always muddies the waters a little bit when you get in there because it's never perfect. In a lot of ways, it just can't be, because then you just go down the line of a lot of paradoxes. But it's a lot of fun, and I don't care. I'm not here trying to figure it out. I'm just here for the ride, and they'll explain what they can, hand wave what they need to, and it's whatever. I love it. Either way, I'm having fun with this. Really enjoyed this. The setup, the mix of blend of multiple eras, and the technology the TVA uses in their style and their dress and their equipment and the aesthetic of the entire place. Love it. Again, a lot of Fallout vibes. This is a fun little setup. I think Owen Wilson was playing off of Tom Hiddleston really nicely. The chemistry between everybody we've seen so far is really nice. There's a nice balance of humor and existential dread that the show is very much riding on right now and balancing very well. Yeah, I mean, that felt a lot quicker than it actually was. The episode was like 51 minutes without the credits. Or no, 45 minutes. Sorry, without the credits. But it flew by. I thought that felt like 20 minutes to me. But it was a solid episode, solid intro, solid kind of starter into this world. So just like with Falcon Winter Soldier, am I right? They said this was 6 episodes as well. I know a lot of the early access people got to watch the first 2 episodes, but fortunately, we're not that fortunate. So we just got episode 1 today. So hopefully spoilers don't get out and about, because I'd like to just be surprised as things evolve on their own. This was fun. This was a good episode, guys. What did you all think? I'd love to know your all's thoughts. What are your theories? Where do you think this is going to go? What do you think the outcome of this series is? Give me your ideas. Give me your thoughts. Give me your theories. Give me your feelings on this episode, and we'll carry on the conversation after the video. Remember, guys, the full-length watch-along is available over on Patreon, or if you become a member here on the channel, gets you access to that as well. I want to give a huge shout out to our current legends on the channel, Mandy Sherritt, Ryan Karen, and Jason Coleman. Thank you guys so much for your support. Hope you guys, if you like this, subscribe, stick around, Discord link, socials, all that is in the description of the video. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode of Loki. Take care, everybody.